Hey, what's up, everybody? Now, it seems like once again there's some more bad dirt coming out, and this time it's on the NVIDIA side of things, and it's called the GeForce Partner Program. And now I'll jump into all that in just a second. Now, everybody kind of thinks that this is totally brand new news. Now, maybe the GeForce Partner Program itself and the way that it's being, shown now might be new, but the meat and the facts of the stuff that's going on has actually been going on for quite a while. Now, I'm just going to bring something up. XFX, you guys know those guys. A long time ago, they made NVIDIA cards, they made AMD cards, or ATI cards, whatever it was at the time. But then, they weren't allowed to make NVIDIA cards anymore. So they only made AMD cards, and there are actually a few companies out there. And this is kind of, to me, what the GeForce Partner Program is all about. So Kyle from Hard OCP, I'll have a link down below to his site. He actually broke this story. He spent a lot of time doing research, a few weeks and things like that. Now, me and Kyle have kind of a rough history. Me and him banged heads back in the old days. We're kind of old men now, so we get along fine. But back in the day, we actually butted heads quite a bit. Now, on the NVIDIA side of things, I have to say that as a reviewer, most of the time, NVIDIA has treated me better than AMD. Brian Del Rizzo, Brian Burke, these guys have been friends and brothers of mine since forever and a day, back from almost the very beginning of time. So I've been working with these guys a long time. Now, is it all cookies and roses? No, absolutely not. There's been twice in my life where I've been completely banned from the NVIDIA camp. The first time is when, at one of their meetings up north, I got into a big argument with Kyle Bennett from Hard OCP, and they didn't like it, so they banned me from going to the meetings for a few years. Another time, I was going into the hospital. It was one of the times I was really sick, and I released a video, and it was like 5 minutes earlier, and I got banned from review samples for a couple of years. So that's just kind of crazy stuff. Now, on the AMD side of things, it's a lot different. They try to actually tell me what to say in my reviews, how to do my testing, what to even title my video on, and I particularly don't like that. And AMD, that's why you don't see me requesting these samples from you. I know that you guys make a product and you compete on the lower end for pricing and all that stuff, but when you treat reviewers like I'm just basically your prostitute up for hire to say what you want to say, screw that. You're not going to be playing ball with me in my court. That's just bull crap all the way around. NVIDIA has never done that. Now, the GeForce Partner Program, the bottom line is this, and this pretty much just cuts through all the chase, all the stuff. It's basically this. If you want to be part of the GeForce Partner Program, that means that you will only be making GPUs made by NVIDIA. Now, like I said earlier, this has already affected a whole bunch of companies back in the day who, since they didn't get the support from NVIDIA they wanted, they had to quit making their cards and only stick with the AMD side of things. Well, now with this GeForce Partner Program, this is going to affect a lot more people. It's going to affect builders, it's going to affect integrators, it's even going to affect the big companies. So just put it this way. Gigabyte, MSI, and Asus right now are the big three, and and all three of those companies all make both brands of cards, right? You can get an AMD card or you can get an NVIDIA card from either one of those companies. Well, what the GeForce Partner Program is trying to do is it's basically trying to tell these companies that, hey, if you want to make a GPU by AMD, then we're not going to play ball with you. And honestly, if that's really the facts of what's going on, it's very immature. I mean, I can see from a business standpoint how NVIDIA would try to do that, but it's totally messed up. For me, for all the companies involved, it limits our choice, it raises prices up, and all in all, it's just a bad idea. Now, I'll admit, I have not read the exact fine print of everything that's in this GeForce Partner Program. I don't have access to it, you don't have access to it. I don't even think Kyle had access to it, but the bottom line is the people that he talked to all are very scared of really even saying anything because they're afraid they'll lose their jobs, they'll get cut off from NVIDIA, not be able to make their cards. And NVIDIA's a giant company, billions of dollars and stuff. They work with all kinds of companies from the PC industry to the auto industry, just a big giant company with a big giant swing, you know what I mean? These guys got a lot of money and a lot of power. So obviously making them mad isn't a smart choice. But the thing is, if the GeForce Partner Program really and honestly is trying to force all these companies to just basically make a choice, I think that's crappy. It's like going to a restaurant and the restaurant says, hey, we're only going to serve one type of burger. That's it. And if you serve a cheeseburger or a bacon burger, you serve anything else that's normal in this burger, then you know what? We're not going to do business with you. NVIDIA, like I said, I don't know if this is true, but my message to you, if this is true, that's bad business, man. Bad mojo. You should let your video cards and the quality of your video cards, your drivers, your platform, the whole NVIDIA experience should be the reason that people buy your cards. And being the best, you guys have been the fastest most of the time. So being the best should honestly be what NVIDIA's goal is being. Trying to shut people out of being able to make money, telling companies, oh, you know what, you can't make any other GPUs other than ours, or we're not going to play ball with you. I don't agree with that whatsoever, and I'm sure you guys don't as well. I like the very fact that I can get an Asus ROG card and I can get it made for whatever company I want. If I want to get killer fans for my AMD card, I can get it. If I want to get nice fans for my NVIDIA card, I can get it. If I want to get aftermarket models with better cooling, overclocked, all that stuff comes from these board partners. So if you're going to cut all these board partners off, what are we going to just have? Sapphire and Power Color and XFX. That's pretty much the three companies that are making AMD cards right now. And so those guys would pretty much be the only game in town. Now, would that be a really good thing for them? Let's talk about another side of the coin. If Asus, MSI, ASRock, any of these big companies that are out there, if they stop making AMD cards, will that actually increase the market for the other companies that are making them? Could it actually end up helping them in the long run? This I don't know. I don't claim to be the greatest business strategist in the world because I'm just not. I'm just a YouTuber. But I'm sure in the big ballpark of things that doing that's going to have effects and ripples in ways that we're not even thinking about. Because if you can't get those cards from those companies, you'll be forced to get those cards from the other companies, correct? So if you can no longer buy an Asus, MSI, all you've heard all before, you're going to go to those companies to buy your cards. And maybe, just maybe, that might work out better for them. But the whole thing is, video cards right now, the prices are just outrageous because of stock. And I've heard rumors that these companies are really just doing this on purpose. They could make the amount of cards out there, but they just like this big drop because it makes all their cards just look so more appealing. If that's true, it's really, really pathetic. I've already talked in videos how this is the saddest time to be a gamer, how the only way you can actually beat the high-end video card cost is to buy a pre-built PC. And this has honestly been proven to me time and time again. Over the last week, I've had so many people email me and say, hey, Elric, man, here's this pre-built system. Should I buy it? And I'm talking about systems with a nice RX 580, nice specs and everything in it for under $700 and $800. So these systems, I can't beat those prices. And pretty much nobody who's building computers at this point at their home is going to be able to beat that because you're going to be paying for an RX 580 right now about $500 or more, depending on who's selling it. And that's just ridiculous. So at the end of the day, the GeForce Partner Program, it could literally end up screwing us all. It could end up screwing the market and changing things to an even worse dynamic than they are now. Or it could just make things so that the other AMD partners actually make more money. At the end of the day, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Only the future will dictate that. But if you guys want to check out Kyle's article, like I said, I'll have a link down below. You guys can check out the original article. But it pretty much states just all the things that I said here. NVIDIA wants to force companies who work in their partner program to only deal with them and make nobody else's cards. I think it's BS. I think you think it's BS. Let me know what you guys think. I'm Elric. You guys have been watching Tech and Tomorrow. Like I said, man, it is the worst time ever in history to build a PC.